Photographers are like magicians. Their reality is fake. The tricks they pull can be easily debunked in Lightroom. They're often seen making rabbits disappear because they missed the shot. It doesn't mean if 5 of them came to me for help, I'd refuse. You're ridiculous.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we have a fantastic episode today. Viltrox has reached out with the 27mm 1.2 for Nikon. Dare we dream we compare that with the Sirui 23mm 1.2 for their Sniper series? What's going to look better? So this is a Viltrox review answering 5 loser photographers, each more hopeless than the last. First, are there any deal-breaking flaws on the build quality? Clicky aperture, pretty nice, really nice. Focus ring, it's smooth. Sometimes Viltrox will throw a curveball at you and it's like a delayed slide or a sticky. This is nice, nicely done. So far so good. Switch, boom, lens button, a clicker thing that declicks the aperture for losers. So we'll answer this first guy on the Sirui, and then we switch over to Viltrox. I might even go outside, try to get some B-roll. No stabe in either body or lens, but slow-mo could save us. Z30 versus G9 II. Nikki APS-C versus Penny Micro Four Thirds. Who has the better colors? Who stabilizes the footage better? That's the battle we need. Who stabilizes better? Are you serious? No IBIS in the Nikki boy? You're gonna compare that to class-leading revolutionary IBIS? Come on now. It's actually not even close, but if I was choosing it just for YouTube videos, I would 100% pick the Nikon because I just like the colors better. And the autofocus is good. That's the only advantage is skin tones. The Nikon skin tone advantage. I'm just saying, Penny Boy makes you a little pink, a little pink. Nikon is like if Canon colors were somehow upgraded by aliens. And it's like, oh, that's what it should have been. I should have seen that. Magnetic, but real. Nikon's the best. Whereas Panasonic, if you're filming other things, birds, landscapes, volcanoes, Panasonic colors are beautiful. And it's the superior camera in every way, the G9 II. Like way better stabe, the slow-mo. We're talking 4K 120, no crop. HD 300, nobody does that. And it just looks nice. You got the log, frickin' Vlog. But I would choose Nikon for this. I would rather have it. When it comes to glass though, it's a kind of a toss-up. You got the Leica glass for Panasonic, but Nikon has the Nikkor, heart and soul. It's like vintage glass, but good. The Nikon Z30 has no business being in this conversation. It's just for the look. It's pretty good. So let's switch it on up to the Viltrox and see, are we seeing a difference? They're both 1.2s. This is a little tighter. Viltrox is known for their sharpness. Both of them lack 3D pop. So like, what's the point of making the video? Zero. There's no pop. Let's switch. My God. So we've punched in a tad. Background now composed poorly. But we have Viltrox autofocusing. I don't know if it's the lens or the camera that does that. It doesn't seem to happen on Nikkor lenses. Only the Sirui and the Viltrox do that with the delay. The old Viltrox lenses used to do that. Sirui, look at that. Silver and white together at last. Was that your question? Z30 better than Micro Four Thirds? Smiley face? See, now we just compared it to the G9 II. That's the best of the best. But if we're talking Micro Four Thirds in general, Panasonic has only like contrast detect stuff. We're talking like GH6, even though it's same specs as the G9 II without the good autofocus. And Olympus, you're bringing in the OM1 into this conversation. That's where things get a little tricky. I love Olympus color science, so it's a beautiful thing to witness, and you have better stabe. If we're talking OM1, but they're not in the same price bracket, come on, we're talking like OM5 maybe, you get some specs. You got better slow-mo, I think. Doesn't that do 240 frames? Come on, Nikon. You gotta step up your game with some slow-mo specs here, because you're killing me. You are killing my life, because I have the Pocket 3 over here, and I think the Nikon Z30 will destroy this, but not with the slow-mo and the convenience. I know it looks like a microphone. That's how you do it. How you doing? Did I ruin that? I haven't even showed you the Pocket 3. I don't have it. You're seeing things. You're hallucinating. You're a photographer. You don't know what's left from right. So like, is the Z30 better than most Micro Four Thirds? It's not better than anything. It just looks kind of nice. What are your thoughts on the Blackmagic camera app, if any? Oh, I have some. It's an interesting thing that YouTubers seem to love, and it's a game changer, and I can't believe it. It's only for Apple. Where's the Android version? Why wasn't that at launch? Will it ever come? Is it already here and I don't even know about it? That's annoying. Like, you have to have an iPhone? Who does that? Who has iPhones in 2027? Come on. And it also suffers with the same thing every third-party app suffers with, and it's worse autofocus and worse stabilization than the native app. And probably less slow motion features, I'm guessing. Like, say they put it on the Android and I throw it on my Huawei P40 Pro, you think I'm getting 7,000 frames per second in the Blackmagic app? No. 240? Doubt it. Like, they remove everything, but just for the cinematic look, I color graded. I added green hints to my hair. But that's because I saw a movie, The Matrix was kind of green once, so I'm Neo now. You're not Neo. You're a neon. So is it a game changer? It's nothing to me. It's absolutely nothing. Neither is that new flip-up screen thing, the Kickstarter, that now flips up your camera. Wow, the screen still doesn't face you though. Whoops, did you need that? Yeah, that's the only reason we want it that high. You bunch of morons. Just twist the ribbon. I don't care if it breaks in half. I want to see myself, even if it's flickering in the lights. Come on. By the way, which lens looked better of the 1.2 primes available for Nicky Boy? Is the Viltrox sharper? I imagine it will be a little sharper than Sirui, if not significantly so. Usually they're like pretty darn sharp, but like, is there character on the Sirui? Because I found the softness pleasing to my soul. So like, I don't mind it. Okay, let's answer this one question and then we go outside for the last question to do a proper, see what this looks like outdoors. This is a review, trust me. If you were to pick a mid-price camera for both video and wildlife photography, what's that? Video, there we have. What would it be? Seems like main options are R6 II, R8, R7, A7 IV, C6 II, Penny Boy, Micro Four Thirds. You're so wrong in all of your assumptions. Here's the deal. I haven't tried the Canon R8 with the 200 to 800 to know if just lens stabe is enough. Do you need the IBIS with the sync stabe? I'm imagining it's going to be better. So like, you kind of have to lean to the R6 II. It's a lot more money, but that would be decent. You get 180 frames per second. 4K 60. It's not like blowing you away, but animal eye detect, 800mm reach. That could be fun. That could be real fun. If we're moving along. You said R7. I don't see the point of that camera when it's heavier than my R8 and it's APS-C. You have IBIS. Like, you're not beating the specs in any way. You're worse. I think you don't have 180 frames per second, only 120. What are you doing? And then like, your 200 to 800 is now way too long, so you have to get a cheaper lens. You could do the 100 to 500, but that's very pricey for an APS-C result. So you're going with the 100 to 400, that's budget. The A7 IV is just so boring. We're doing the same thing, like 4K 60 with a crop, HD 120. I'd much rather have the A6700 than you're getting Sony A7S III level specs with just like a slightly worse look You could get the 100 to 400 G Master. That turns into something bigger and longer, and you get like super macro ability. Pricey, but you didn't mention the lens budget. You just said, oh, around this price for the body. I'm assuming you have a lot more money designated for the lens, and that would be pretty nice. You could get the budget 70 to 350. You're a loser. Z6 II, irrelevant. You go with the ZF, but the Z6 III could come, and it depends very much on those specs. Are we going to get a recycled 4K 60 with HD 120? Like, is that what Nikon's really going to bring to us? I will cry a river. If they have like 4K 120, I'm waiting for the Nikon A7S4. Imagine that, 4K 240p. Then we're like selling everything, my house included. I don't own the house, so that would be a lot of lawsuits on that one. I would much rather have the G9 II than the S5 II. For slow-mo abilities, wildlife, come on. It's not even close. Like a glass, you're silly for even considering the Penny Boy full frame. Okay, I'm curious to see if this can get some B-roll of some sort, because there's no stave, but if you go super slow-mo, you shouldn't need the stave. Let's see if we can get some slow-mo street vids or squirrel footage or something, and then we answer the last question outside on this and do some running autofocus tests. It's a review. In this perfectly in-focus image, the man had no idea I was about to take his photo. He was completely oblivious, and that is the art of street photography, just capturing candid images of people on the street, and they have no idea what you're even doing because the lens was so small and the Nikon autofocus was perfect. I also managed to capture a cyclist who had no idea where I was. I was like a ninja in the background. I blended in, I camouflaged my jacket, and he had no idea I was standing there. Even though Viltrox has no 3D pop, you could clearly see that the man was happy doing his work in the rain. In this photo, I tried to tell a story that the woman came out of Burger King, crossed the street, and then called her mom to apologize for eating such terrible food that wasn't cooked by her mother. Thankfully, she's using wired headphones, so she won't end up with brain aids like all the other Bluetooth mic users. Did you hear that the DJI Action 4 can now use the mic too to give you more brain aids? That's nice. In this shot, the woman represents the disgust for street photography when you notice someone's trying to take your picture and then you look away ashamed that humans would do that to each other. But the green light in the background is ton, and it represented to go take the shot. Go ahead. It wasn't red. You saw that I could take the shot, and I did. And it's perfectly in focus. In this beautiful architecture shot, I captured the building of a senior citizen's home. Unfortunately, when I got the photo back on my computer, I noticed there was a man ruining my image. I didn't even see him. He's completely camouflaged from the background. When I took the shot, there was nobody there, and now I see him, and it haunts my dreams. How could he be there and I not notice him? He's so... just blends right into the trees in the background. Wow, I need to get one of those coats. Why, hello to you. I thought that would have been obliterated. This was supposed to be a mystery. Oh, what's that? So blurry, the background. Very clearly a school bus. I'm just in a parking lot because I couldn't find a better location. How you doing? So, last question. Should I buy the A7 III used for 900 dingers, or is it irrelevant? Canon R8, XS20, S5 II. Oh man, you're looking at the A7 III. It was a legend in its time, but like for photography, I know Marcus Pix loves that thing. He loves the color science, takes the best photos ever. It's just when you flip it around and you can't see yourself, you wonder. Like, I know my hair's being cut off because I suck at framing. So, okay, I can adjust. All right, rule of thirds, bus over there. You think it's a bus, but it's blurred out. That could be a Volkswagen for all you know. The Tunt. Good old Viltrox. So, like, today, I don't know, it still looks good. You could still get by, but if you're doing YouTube videos, it's like, why? I would rather have almost any camera on earth than the a7 III right now. In today's world, like, the R8 destroys it utterly in every area, especially stabilization with no IBIS. It's like amazing, just digital stab. I just don't know if that works for telephoto. Like, a7 III, $900. So final thoughts of the Viltrox lens. I'm gonna edit the footage, and right here says which one I preferred out of the Sirui or that. I feel like, without even seeing the footage, Viltrox is going to be sharper. It's a pro lens. It's more expensive. It's heavier. Build quality a little better. But it's like not bad. Not bad. Zero 3D pop, so you're not like a Zeiss. Unfortunately, you don't even know that this isn't a green screen. That sucks. The 75mm, I tried to get them to send that one too, but they did not. Oh, they refused that one hard. That had some potential pop. This one's pretty good. For street photography, I imagine, if you can get over the fear of trying. I'll try to take some photos of somebody. Boom, look at that photo. Oh man, I'm photography-like. So, I'm gonna leave. How you doing? You subscribing for more videos? I'll see you later.